get this, over half of the TVs in Europe, right? They're made in Turkey.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like this whole like secret world of electronics manufacturing that I don't know about you, but I had no idea about.
Yeah.
So that's what we're diving into today, how Turkey became such a powerhouse, for TVs and what that means. Like next time we're out shopping for a new screen, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's fascinating to see how Turkey's carved out this space for itself in like this global market. And it's not just TVs, right? It's like this whole ecosystem that's kind of sprung up around it.
Right, exactly. So let's start with the basics. How did this happen? How did Turkey become such a big player? I mean, it's not like they've always been known for this, right?
Well, it's like a bunch of things came together. You've got like the government, they're really supporting this whole thing. They're creating like a good environment for businesses and investing a ton in the sector.
Uh-huh.
And then there's Turkey's location. I mean, it's strategically perfect, like a bridge between Europe and the Middle East, which is huge for logistics, getting products to different markets.
So we're talking like lower costs to get stuff shipped, faster deliveries.
Exactly. This all means they can keep prices competitive, which is, let's be real, a huge factor these days, right?
Oh, sure.
But it's not just about being cheap. Turkey's got this young, motivated workforce that's like hungry to prove themselves. They're bringing a new energy to the table. It's exciting.
Okay, so we've got government backing, that prime location, and a workforce that's ready to go. But who are we talking about here? Like, who are the big names in Turkish TV manufacturing?
So you look at the market, there are three that really stand out. Vestel, Beko, and Profilo Telra. They're the ones to watch.
And I bet some people are hearing those names and they're like, wait, I think I recognize that.
Oh, absolutely.
They're not just making TVs for Turkey. They're supplying electronics globally.
Totally. Take Vestel, for example. They can produce something like 14 million TVs a year.
What?
Yeah, it's mind-blowing. And get this, they're making TVs for some of the biggest brands out there. JVC, Toshiba, Hitachi, even Sharp. So that TV you know and love, that brand you trust, it might just say Made in Turkey on the back.
That's wild.
Yeah.
So you're saying this Turkish company, Vestel, that most people have probably never even heard of, is actually behind a huge chunk of the TVs being sold worldwide.
That's exactly it. They're like this silent force in the background, which just shows how interconnected this whole industry really is.
Wow. Okay, so that's Vestel. What about Beko? That name rings a bell.
Right. Beko. They're part of this massive Turkish conglomerate. They're huge in white goods, fridges, washing machines, you name it. But they're also a major player in TV production.
See, I knew I'd seen that name. I feel like their appliances are everywhere.
Exactly. They've got a huge global reach, known for quality, good prices, the whole package. And what's really impressive is their focus on innovation. They've got R&D centers all over, not just in Turkey. We're talking Nuremberg, Germany, Yorkshire, in the UK. They are serious about staying ahead of the game.
That's a good sign. Shows they're in it for the long haul, not just trying to make a quick buck.
100%. And then there's Profilo Telra, our third big player. They've like quietly become this manufacturing giant, producing for Sony, Thomson, Philips, the big leagues.
Wow, yeah.
But what's really interesting about them is their strategy. They buy up established European brands.
Wait, they're buying up other TV brands? Like the whole company?
Yeah. Well, the brand, at least. One of the biggest examples is Telefunken. Remember them?
Oh, yeah?
That classic German brand, tons of history.
Yeah. Profilo Telra saw an opportunity and went for it. They weren't just buying like factories and stuff. It was about the brand,
Yeah.
That instant recognition, that reputation for quality that Telefunken had built up over like decades. It's so smart. They basically got a fast pass into the European market because people already knew and trusted the name.
Exactly.
But hang on, they didn't stop there, did they? There was also Grundig, right? Another one of those brands that, like, I remember from when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah. Grundig was huge. And yeah, they went after that too, but it played out a little differently. They basically split it up. Beko ended up with some of it, and then there's this company, Alba Radio Ltd. They got the rest. So that Grundig legacy, it's kind of spread out now.
Wow, it's like they're playing this high-stakes game of, like, brand chess or something.
Right.
But it's not just about buying up old names, is it? They're putting a lot of money into research and development too, right?
Oh, absolutely. This isn't just about, coasting on past successes. Turkey's really committed to R&D, especially in electronics.
Yeah.
We're talking 35 R&D centers, 16 dedicated clusters. I mean, those are serious numbers.
That's impressive. So they're not content with just making things cheaper. They want to make things better. What does that mean for us the people actually using this stuff? Like, are we going to see some crazy new gadgets coming out of Turkey soon?
Well, who knows what the future holds, right? But one thing's for sure, all that investment in R&D, it's going to lead to better, more advanced electronics for everyone, more features, more innovation. I mean, it may be even completely new technologies that we haven't even thought of yet. Who knows?
That's what I want to hear. New tech is always exciting. But let's step back for a sec. We've been talking a lot about TVs, but Turkey's doing way more than that, right?
You're absolutely right. TVs are huge for them, but it's really a diverse electronics sector overall. Think about it. Over 2,000 companies employing something like 30,000 people. This isn't just some small industry. It's a major part of their economy. Like 2% of their whole GDP. That's huge.
See, that's what blows my mind. It's not just about the numbers. It's all the other stuff that comes with it. Jobs, innovation, bringing in money from other countries. It all adds up.
Exactly. It's a whole ecosystem. And speaking of bringing in money from other countries, have you heard about this partnership between TCL, the Chinese tech giant?
Yeah, TCL, they make phones, right?
They do. Phones, TVs, they're big.
Oh.
Anyway, TCL's partnered up with this Turkish company, Arçelik, to make smartphones in Turkey.
Really? TCL and a Turkish company. That's interesting.
It's a big deal. It shows you how attractive Turkey's becoming for these global tech players.
So it's not just Turkish companies finding success. International companies want to get in on the action, too. What is it about Turkey that's got everyone so interested in setting up shop there?
Well, you've got a skilled workforce, a really convenient location for shipping and stuff, and the government is actively encouraging foreign investment, making it easy to do business. It's mutually beneficial. Like, TCL gets to access new markets, potentially lower their costs, and tap into this pool of talent. And Turkey, they get more jobs, new technologies, more opportunities to export their products. It's a win-win.
Makes you wonder what else they've got up their sleeve, huh? This whole deep dive has been really eye-opening. Honestly, I never knew Turkey was such a big player in the tech world.
I know, right? It's amazing what you find when you start digging a little deeper. We tend to focus on those big brand names, but there's this whole world behind the scenes, this global network that makes it all happen.
And in this case, that network leads right back to Turkey. It's like they've quietly become this electronics powerhouse. It kind of makes you realize innovation can come from anywhere.
It's true, and that's what I love about doing these deep dives. You know, you uncover these unexpected connections, and you start to appreciate just how complex and fascinating everything is. Speaking of unexpected connections, let's talk about what this all means next time you're out shopping for, like a new phone or a TV.
Okay, so we've uncovered this whole world of Turkish electronics. I mean, TVs, smartphones, buying up big brands, investing in research. It's clear they're a force to be reckoned with. But what's the takeaway here? What should our listeners remember from all of this?
You know, next time you're out shopping, right, for a new gadget, could be anything, new TV, a fancy fridge, even the latest phone. Just take a second, look beyond the brand name, you know, the logo. You might be surprised. You might see a little Made in Turkey label tucked away there.
It's like a little treasure hunt.
Haha, exactly. And it just goes to show you there's often like a whole story behind the product, right? Behind that logo, there is all this design, manufacturing, innovation, and Turkey. They're a big part of making it happen.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I know I'll look at my electronics a little differently now.
That's the point of these deep dives. We uncover those hidden connections, you know, start to see the world a little differently.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And on that note, I think it's time for us to unplug for today.
Yeah.
But hey, listeners, don't put those devices away just yet. You never know when you might stumble across something, spark your curiosity, and send you down a whole new rabbit hole of discovery.